Welcome to State Television Company, Western Armenia broadcast for today. Conference to the 104th anniversary of the Arbitration Award of Woodrow Wilson. Western Armenia Weekly magazine celebrates its one-year anniversary. The Republic of Western Armenia in the struggle for national identity. Guillermo Karamanyan, Nikol Pashinyan on the terms Western Azerbaijan and Western Armenia. To identify Western Armenia with the term Western Azerbaijan is not only ignorance but also turpitude. Levon Kocharian. The Parliament of Azerbaijan criticized Pashinyan for the term Western Azerbaijan and Western Armenia. The world for the first time learned about the state called Azerbaijan only in May 1918, but refused to recognize it. Eduard Sharmazanov. On 25 November is celebrated the birthday of Monte Melkonyan. On 22 November in the Republic of Western Armenia, a scientific conference was held to celebrate the 104th anniversary of the Arbitration Award of Woodrow Wilson. President Ms. Lydia Margosyan and President Mr. Armine had speeches in the event. Ms. Margosyan spoke about the life and heroic struggle of Leonid Asgaldian and shared memories. At the conference, the Arbitral Award of Woodrow Wilson was of great importance, emphasizing its importance in the protection of the right of the indigenous Armenian people and the establishment of the border of Armenia. Today, the Republic of Armenia is trying to draw a border with Azerbaijan, but without legal grounds. Meanwhile, if we stand up for our rights and recognize Woodrow Wilson's arbitral award, we can settle the issue in favor of the Armenian nation. He also referred to the Germany's decision stated by Germany to grant the status of stateless to the Armenians of Artsakh. Mr. President described it as a dangerous precedent. President Abrahamian emphasized documents and decisions that protect the rights of Armenians cannot be ignored. Western Armenia will never accept the border presented by Azerbaijan. We own our rights and will defend them. The participants of the meeting once again emphasized the importance of the unity of the Armenian people in the preservation of historical and legal foundations. Western Armenia Weekly newspaper honorably celebrates the anniversary of its one-year activity by publishing the 52nd anniversary edition. This special edition features an iconic and inspiring cover. The number 1, depicted in the central place, is composed of miniatures that reflect the richness and historical significance of the Armenian cultural heritage. This edition of the weekly includes various and important materials that cover the issues of Armenian culture, restoration of historical justice, and preservation of heritage. The ambassador of Republic of Western Armenia, Dr. Guillermo Karamanyan, emphasized an important topic in the history of the Armenian people, which is related to the current realities of Armenia and the sovereign rights of the Armenian people. The unity of the Armenian people is more than necessary today to face the regional and international obstacles. A consolidated and strategic approach is necessary for the restoration of our lands and the preservation of a national identity. This path remains the main guarantee of our survival and future. Dr. Guillermo Karamanyan, ambassador of the Republic of Western Armenia to Argentina. Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, gave an interview to the Republic Television of Armenia. Now we get to know it when they say Western Azerbaijan, and we consider it a problem that some people use that term. But we say Western Armenia, and we don't think that it irritates some people. Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, said this on the air of the public TV. I am in a situation and a responsibility today to talk to our people and show the cause and effect links. If I don't do this, it means that I am consciously leading our country to the loss of statehood. I can't allow it, said Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan. Member of the National Assembly of Armenia, Levon Kocharian, commented on the controversial statement of Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, about the terms Western Armenia and Western Azerbaijan. He wrote in his Telegram channel, 1.5 million Armenians were genocided and many were exiled from their homes and cities, leaving everything there, including cultural heritage. This fact has been accepted by almost 30 countries of the world, condemning what the Ottoman Empire did and calling it genocide. As a result of all this, Armenians called the eastern part of Turkey Western Armenia. And to identify this with Armenia at the highest level, so-called Western Azerbaijan, is not only ignorance but also turpitude. The attempts of Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan to draw a parallel between the issue of Western Azerbaijan and the concept of Western Armenia are unacceptable. This is reported by the Azerbaijani APA agency, referring to the statement of the initiative group of the Milli Meclis of Azerbaijan. Baku claimed that the term Western Armenia is a territorial claim which is reflected in the constitution of the Republic of Armenia, in the Parliament of Azerbaijan. They talked about how Pashinyan even verbally questioned the concept of Western Armenia and made statements about the transition from historical to real Armenia, which should have been done a long time ago. Baku reminded that the so-called Western Azerbaijan community has repeatedly appealed to the government offering to start a dialogue regarding the return of Western Azerbaijanis, but Armenia has ignored that proposal. The world for the first time learned about the state called Azerbaijan only in May 1918, but refused to recognize it. Eduard Sharmazanov writes on his Facebook page regarding the term Azerbaijan. When in 387 the term Western Armenia began to be used in the world, neither the Turks nor the Caucasian Tatars, who called themselves Azerbaijanis, were known to mankind. Western Armenia is a political, historical and scientific term. It began to be used in 387 after the first division of Armenia between Rome and Persia. The territory of Armenia that passed to Rome was called Western, which included the states of Hay-Hayk, Zobk and Akhzanik. In 591, the second division of Armenia took place between Byzantium and Persia, as a result of which Duruberian, Taik and most of Ararat also passed to Byzantium. In the middle of the 11th century, the Seljuk Turks entered Armenia for the first time, and from the first half of the 14th century, Armenia was conquered by the Mongols and by the Agoglu and Karakollu. The world for the first time learned about Azerbaijan in May 1918 only, but refused to recognize it, because it had an artificial name and not clear years. This is evidenced by the decision of the League of Nations of December 1 in 1920. Only a person serving Turkish-Azerbaijani interests or a complete illiterate can draw a parallel between Western Armenia and some of the invented term Western Azerbaijan. If we lose Artsakh, we will turn the last page in the history of Armenian people. Monte Melkonyan was an American Armenian volunteer originally from Merziphone in Western Armenia and a commander of the Artsakh Liberation War. Died during the war. Monte has remained in the memory of generations as the embodiment of the unbreakable spirit of Armenians, thanks to which it became possible to win over the many times prevailing enemy and to liberate a part of the historical homeland Artsakh. Monte Melkonyan was born in the city of Central Valley, California. Being not particularly connected to his roots and identity at a young age, he hardly knew Armenian. However, after his university years, when Armenian feelings were awakened in him, Monte refused the doctoral program at Oxford University and went to the Middle East. Dear viewers, the whole passage you can find in our website. Dear viewers, this was all for today. I wish you a good day. Goodbye.